Greetings, race fans. We are back at SVR. It's been a really long summer break, hasn't it? And we're here for the final 4 rounds of the championship, starting, of course, today with the fantastic rookie division in the Adrian Newey designed Red Bull Junior race cars. Here is how our season looks, though, so far. Story of the season has been Hervas winning 4 of the rounds and 2 further podiums, has an even 100 points after those first 7 rounds. We have Oscar, after the first 8 rounds, 4 wins and 100 points. There you have it. Oscar in second place has a win to his name as well, plus 3 further podiums. Jazzy Beats is in third with Rizback, Crooked Woody, Roscoe, all very closely pitched in the point total ahead of Candros, Irish Liquid, Rodrigo Fonseca, who I believe is not going to make it to the race today. Then comes Lord Souza, Fan and Callum, and Mr. T. In terms of the teams championship, I will just scroll and turn that over. This is on svr-racing.com, by the way, if you didn't already know. After 8 rounds, Azul Racing are just 3 points ahead of Team Black and 11 ahead of Team Green. Hector Motorsports, PSV Racing, Orange and Yellow in the rest of the race order. Well, our drivers are already out there getting ready to qualify. I've just had the shock of my life because my audio is ridiculously high. So let's turn that right down. Hopefully all is well for you guys and you're not getting too much in the way of audio. But I'm going to turn that off for now. And hopefully we are able to enjoy this race. I'm just going to check in on the stream progress, make sure things are working okay. We are a little bit low on bit rate, not quite sure why that might be, but we'll keep an eye on everything. Hopefully bit rate will be alright over the course, but do speak up, of course. I want to say a big hello to Dirty Digital, who's here for Justin, and for Laura, who's cheering on Callum today. Let's give you everybody's point of view, and this is Lord Souza on board the orange race car. We've gone through the awesome Paddock Hill Bend, down Hailwoods Hill, and now into Druids, the hairpin right at the bottom of the hill. Then we've dropped a little bit further into Graham Hill, and over the exit curve you can take those really wide. This is the Cooper Straight. It's kind of a banana-shaped straight, but then into Surtees, a very slow, very late apex. Not quite nailing it, Lord Souza, getting a little bit swapped around there on the rise over what is Pilgrim's Drop, and we will then climb up Hawthorne Hill towards Hawthorns, the fastest of a sequence of right-handers. That was a lot of apex from Souza, who has to rescue the car on the way through, probably cold tyres at this stage. Next one is Westfield through Dingle Dell, under the shadow of some mighty oak trees, before heading into Sheen Curve, named after Barry Sheen, famous motorcycle racing, the British Superbike Championship, among many other. Down into Stirling's, no prizes for guessing the driver that's named after, as we head down towards Clearways, and then we will go through Clark Curve to the right. It's a blink and you miss it, apex very early, and then you can ride a little bit like Parabolica on the exit, right at the outside of the circuit, and then down the Brabham Straight to start another new fast lap. But it's Hervas, P. Diaz on my screen here, who goes fastest at 122.443. We have Boogish Bandy. Jazzy Beats Lord Souza and Verti. Boogish Bandy goes into second position. Let's go see Rizback here, our Frenchman, as he comes through Clark and actually bails the lap out. Crooked Woody has been not enjoying some dental work this week. Woody, he's back in the pits already. We've got a audience member already here for Justin. That was Dirty Digital. Justin getting a hell of a lot of understeer going through Clark Curve. Back on the power as we head through. It's still Hervas who leads the standings ahead of Roscoe. Some 0.6 of a second. Justin managing the slowest fast lap so far anyway. And we have Callum then in the golden race up. Golden entry, I should say. So just want to make sure all is well enough with everything. I think it is doing all right. I'm just going to turn a few things down on my end so that things don't get too slow. But yeah, I hope everybody is doing well today. It's great to be back. It's a very sunny day down in Kent. in a small village called Fawkham, F-A-W-K-H-A-M. As Callum comes through into P9, that's 5 seconds off the pace at this stage, and the drivers who've gone out come back in again, scrapped a lap, gone back for another set of tyres, are currently enjoying this one. Coming around Paddock Hill Bend, believe me, in the VR system, Paddock Hill Bend is a fearsome drop, one of the biggest ones on the road circuits or tracks that we have here in Gran Turismo. The bigger drops only really happen at the rally tracks. And for the first time of racing, it is absolutely insane to get to drop down that for the first time in VR. Laura says wet and miserable in Northern Ireland, but the rain was needed. Absolutely, that's what we definitely need the rain for sure. Even in the Emerald Isle, of course, we still need rain. Hopefully, we're not having to we're not going to change the national colour of Ireland into a sandy brown. As we can ride, believe me, most of the UK does not look this green right now that we're seeing on Gran Turismo. Let's ride with Roscoe, as that lap from Hervas was not it for him at all. Roscoe comes through then, the last of the 3 right-handers, Sheen curve as we head down into Stirling's. Looks slow, is actually deceptively fast, Stirling's. Looks like you're going to need a great deal of speed scrub, but you can ride quite a lot of momentum through there. Late brake, late turn in towards Clark. There's a bit of banking that brings you down. Yes, absolutely, Laura. The fields are certainly less emerald, says Laura. Absolutely spot on. So yes, keeping an eye on everybody and everything going at once. Here is Bugrish Bandy, who is known as Kandras in Discord, I think, and certainly in our website entries. Bugrish Bandy coming through. He is 1.2 seconds off the pace here. It's a significantly long lap. It's not like the Brands Hatch Indy circuit where a 1.2 second would easily encompass the entire field. This, of course, is going to be the division where we see the largest skill gap. There's a few people in this division who perhaps certainly wouldn't qualify as rookies. Risbach has just set a fastest lap for him. It doesn't feature in the top 8 though, however, at this stage. Hervas certainly is head and shoulders above the majority of the drivers here at the moment. I'm not going to include Oscar in that group. Heading through, we've got the second of the right-handers, that's Westfield. Bugrish Bandy is coming through right now. Should get an update on the lap. That's Sheen curve. And then heading on the way through, and we are about 0.3 of a second away from our ultimate fastest pace so far. 7 minutes of the 10 have elapsed. You've got Jazzy Beats running very, very low on fuel here already. So he'll be closing out this qualifying session. Through Clark Curve we go. Big slide from the rear on board with Jazzy Beats. That's how hard Jazzy Beats is pushing. 1.5 seconds is what he's looking for. Doesn't get any better. It's the effect of the tyres losing their adhesion. So I think we may struggle to see any faster laps so far. Currently, the fastest is a 122.443 from our Spaniard. Check out the multinational World Championship grid that we have here at SVR on the left of screen as we come to the line then for Irish Liquid, and that was 1.2 seconds slower than his best. He's got one more shot at this, I think, maybe 2, but maybe just the one on the fuel and tyres. Risbach, another new fastest lap for Risbach, still unable to feature in our top 10. There is 11th position in the Hector Motorsports, slightly updated livery, I believe, for this round. So comes through and in towards Stirling's once again we go, riding that curve, taking it very wide here. Doesn't quite get the turn in, but kept a good minimum speed, and that's an improvement for him at the moment. Looks like Hervas has gone faster still. He's got into the 121s, a 121.998 for Hervas. Incredible performance so far in qualifying from him, but this track has a nasty habit of biting the drivers who try to ask too much of it. It's very difficult to maintain a consistent race long pace here at Brands Hatch. There are bear traps on the inside and the outside of most of the turns, and it will certainly take its toll on the fatigue and the focus required over the course of our race. That's a fastest lap of anybody sector 1 from Roscoe. The rear getting loose. He may have lost that 1/10 of a second that he had in hand. Let's see how he can get through the Surtees bend. John Surtees, of course, the only world champion on 2 and 4 wheels. As we head through Pilgrims and Hawthorne's Hill into Hawthorne's Turn now. It's good. It's nearly 3/10 of a second better than he's been before, but he's looking for an entire second, Roscoe, our Scottishest driver we've ever had, and most Scottish livery we've ever had as well. Here we go. More on liveries later on. We'll try and spot some updates. Oh, he's lost a lot of time, but he's still faster than he's been before. This is about defending P2 rather than trying to grab P1 this time, I think. It is the final lap for Roscoe as he comes round Clark Curve, possibly a racing hero of Roscoe, Jim Clark. The corner is named after highest winning percentage of any driver in Formula 1 history, Jim Clark, and it's just a shade slower than he's been before. Irish Liquid from P4, what can he do on this final flying lap? He's nearly 2 seconds away from Hervas's fastest time. That is going to be an incredibly depressive watch back for our grid here. I don't know how many drivers do watch qualifying back, and he's close to within a second but of his fastest, but it's not there for him. Here comes Risbach. Can we climb higher than 9th? Yes, 4th position for Risbach, one of the only drivers to improve at the dying stages of this qualifying session. But how about this? Once again, we see our Team Black, Team Obsidian driver Hervas with the fastest lap of qualifying, a 1:21.998, 1 second clear of the entire field. Roscoe leading the rest of the chasers there. Bigish Bandy is in P3 with Risbach in 4th. An incredible final lap from Risbach. Crooked Woody in 5th, Irish Liquid in 6th, and All-American row 3. Row 4 is Brazil's Jazzy Beats with the USA's Lord Souza, followed by Verti Justin and Callum at the back, looking to try and improve, but only 2/10 of a second away from Justin out at the back of the field there. Those two probably going to have a decent battle between them, both reserve drivers, of course, and looking to try and make the absolute best of this one if they can. So I hope everybody is doing well and looking forward to the race. We will go in 2 minutes time. Don't forget, of course, we will be heading out to Monza for the S1 race coming up later on. Hi to Nigel as well. Good to see you joining us as always. And yeah, we'll be heading to Monza for S1 and S2 later in the week, but that follows this stream, of course. And there should be just about enough time for me to get everything reset, maybe grab a drink and something to re-energize. Yeah, so I hope everyone has had a good summer and you've duly missed us all. Let me just give a bit of a shout out to our race sponsors, of course. Hector Motorsports are our main sponsor, as well as Brocargo, Mega Transport, and Igala, our paid up league sponsors, title sponsors. Call them what you will. But yeah, huge thank you to them. And if you do want to get involved on a business side of the league, then do just head into Discord or contact through the website svr-racing.com. And a reminder that if you hadn't already guessed, my name is Webbo. I am your your seasoned commentator, and have been a commentator for the league since its inception. We are absolutely looking forward to enjoying this this next round of the rookie season. Remember, just 4 races of each division left to go. Weekly Sunday races from now on in, I want to say. I want to double check that actually while I'm saying it. But there it is. We are at the 15 mark, 15 past the hour mark. So I need to keep a very, very close eye on what's going on here. But I think, yeah, it is weekly racing through to September 27th when we finish the season. So we have 8 straight weeks of racing coming up for you. Weather-wise, at Brands Hatch, I don't believe it can rain, sadly. It would be nice to see, but these awesome racers are certainly going to have a huge challenge on their hands, and we look forward to seeing how they entertain us. Crooked Woody asking for a clean race. Well, good luck with that, Woody. It's been, given the fact that it's been quite a while since the drivers have been racing competitively here at SBR, we may be in a situation where things get even more chaotic than usual. I hope not. I do hope not. But we will keep our fingers crossed for a good clean fight here at Brands Hatch for round 9 of the championship. Let me get the screen organised. And there, and we want that off. There we go. So getting ready for the race start then. Hervas on the inside into Paddock Hill with Roscoe on the outside. Look for the better exits on which side of the race it is actually going to occur. And it's dropped the clutch and it's go, go, go. The car's looking pretty slow from this distant camera angle here. On the way down in towards Paddock Hill we go. For the first time of asking, looks like we've been a-okay. One driver just a little bit wide at the back there. Might have been Callum or Verti who suffered immediately, but Hervas is away with Roscoe chasing him down. The next battle pack comes. We've got Risback up to third. Big Bandy dropping to fourth with Jazzy Beats and Crooked Woody right following in his wheel tracks. And wow, what a hold that was from Jazzy Beats, who goes clear around the outside of Brugus Bandy. Gets a little shove in the rear for his troubles. A very dramatic start to the race, and now it's the turn of Brugus Bandy to have the much better exit. Gets back past Jazzy Beats on the run down towards Pilgrim's Drop, which is this descent down into the bottom of the hill, and then we climb back up into Hawthorns. That's Jazzy Beats ahead of Crooked Woody, ahead of Irish Liquid, who's trying to get down the inside, but Lord Sousa it is with the Michelangelo helmet there heading through on the inside. Woody with the Trump-esque quiff on the front of the car, on the front of the helmet as well, following very close, and it's cold tyres for our racers. You can see straight away they're struggling with the heavy fuel tanks. They haven't raced those heavy fuel tanks in qualifying. That's Woody on the outside, and it looks like we've got Irish Liquid. Is it? No, it's Justin who was caught out right on the outside edge of the circuit there. Hervas leads as we cross the line to start lap 2. It's Roscoe in second, Risback all the way up into third position with Brugus Bandy, followed by Jazzy Beats, then Lord Sousa, Crooked Woody, Verti in 8th. Hell of a start for Verti with Irish Liquid in 9th, Justin in 10th, and we've got Callum down in that P11th position at this stage. Looks like we may have had a retirement as they come flying through the outside of the famous turn there of Graham Hill and in towards Surtees. Our leaders are starting to gap the field. 3.6 seconds separates Risback from Hervas. Brugus Bandy's in 4th, Jazzy Beats is in 5th, and Lord Sousa there in 6th position. Let's go Justin, working his way up, says Zachary. Absolutely. Didn't qualify particularly well, but getting a grip on the tyres there. Justin on the medium tyres, starting most of the grid, starting on the soft tyres. Callum's gone for the hards and he's going to try and one-stop this one, it looks like. I can't see any other reason why you would go ahead and use the hard tyres unless you were trying to make it last through the course of the race. No refueling for the 28 laps that we have, and there you can see the gap already huge. And Roscoe's added the Glenfiddich, one of my go-to malt whiskey brands, on the car as well. Love it, Roscoe, well done. We've got some Iron Brew on there as well. I'm not sure if that's new or not. We'll get up close and personal to that. There is Lord Sousa with his orange bandana and his slightly changed colour change livery there for his Team Orange entry. Does appear to be fading through Paddock Hill. You can see how steep Paddock Hill is, and the drivers were complaining earlier in the Discord. I saw a couple of drivers saying how difficult Paddock Hill is to find your turn-in point, to clip the apex perfectly, because the corner wants to spit you out to the outside of the entry of the corner just before you're even braking. Hervas leads by 2 seconds ahead of Roscoe. A further 4 seconds now back to Risback, who has started on the medium tyres, got up to third. Medium tyres, the furthest forward driver on the non-soft tyre option here. Jazzy Beats in 5th. He's following Brugus Bandy. Let's follow him with the chase cam for now. You can hear the tyres complaining there as he weaves his way through Hawthorns, then into Westfield. Looks like he's got a better angle through Westfield. gains on the way into Sheen Curve. Can't get too close at this stage. You might be able to go for a dive, but that was dirty air hitting Jazzy Beats' front wing and causing him to understeer. Then he snaps the wheel round and it turns into oversteer. Really fascinating to see the drivers working the wheel around this historic and somewhat bijou, very narrow, typical English racetrack here. You'll see Silverstone is a very unusual racetrack when it comes to we're getting quite tasty there as Bugus Bandy tries to regain the racing line on the way into the corner. A little bit of wheel banging. Thankfully the wheels on these single-seater race cars are covered for aerodynamic purposes, but it does help them in combat as well as they come through. Great battle. It is Bugus Bandy, Jazzy Beats, Lord Souza and Crooked Woody. This group of racers all fighting, and it looks like that was Bugus Bandy going very wide on entry into the Surtees corner. He loses 2 positions. Lord Souza follows Jazzy Beats through. And that was 2 down for Bugus Bandy, who's coming back at him into the Hawthorne Bend. Doesn't quite make it, and that could almost have been massive disaster. So well done to Bugus Bandy. These drivers racing in from Hungary and from the USA and then across to Brazil as well. So absolutely incredible that we can race so close without the big netcode lags that you see so often. I think it bears praising that we can do it at all, rather than constantly criticising when it doesn't go round. It doesn't work out well. Crooked Woody having the Ukraine flag and the German flag on his front wing there. Bit of class from Crooked Woody, as you would expect. Big thanks to him as well. He's the executive producer of today's coverage. So I do hope that you guys go easy on him in the race, or at least avoid punting him when he's fronted the cash for the fantastic broadcasts to bring the entire season here of rookie racing onto live broadcast on the SBR channel. I hope all of you are subscribed to the channel, of course. That was a little bit wide out there. I think that was Bugus Bandy again. Let's have another check of that one. Bugus Bandy, as he comes through, he has seemingly been struggling either coming off Graham Hill or turning in to this next left-hander. And yeah, there was just front end just absolutely said no. But if there's a hint there of the situation and why on screen, it is the tyre display bottom left of your screen. You can see where it says RS. His front left is mostly red, and that is a warning sign. Then 5 laps deep only. This racetrack will chew your tyres to shreds. It's Hervas leading ahead of Roscoe and Rizbak, and then Jazzy Beats is in 4th position ahead of Lord Souza, and Crooked Woody now that we focus on in P6. Bugus Bandy's dropped back in towards the clutches of Irish Liquid, who is also on the soft racing tyre today. Justin, how's he doing? P9 on the mediums. Callum is snapping around, trying to catch this spin, and it's a crunch into the barrier on the hard tyres as well. That's going to hurt because he needs to go in and repair that at his next pit stop. We see Rest Easy Big G there, a tribute to a dearly departed friend. Callum, we paid tribute to him earlier in the season as well. Verti in P11 in the beautiful PSV Racing now sponsored Team Gold car. Lap 6 of 28. It's Hervas Pdios in P1 in the now 3.8 seconds ahead of the Team Green's Roscoe, and Rizbak in 3rd. Jazzy Beats is closing, I think, on Rizbak here, putting the pressure on, but surely you'd think Jazzy Beats' tyres are going to go off faster. Laura can't watch with Callum snapping around there with the damage on the front wing. He's just lulling us all into a false sense of security, Laura. And there you can see Jazzy Beats understeering. That's that front left once again. Turns right. The weight transfer goes onto the left-hand side of the car. You then turn the wheel as you normally do, and the left-hand side just will not grip in, and you end up walking achingly slowly towards the exit of the corner. Doesn't pit. Jazzy Beats. Roscoe is in the pits though, the first driver to blink and come off his first starting tyre there. You can see Roscoe now coming out just behind Rizbak. That was a quick pit stop. Just a tyre change for Roscoe, of course. He's now on the medium tyres. We've got Jazzy Beats and Lord Souza 4th and 5th. Bugus Bandy for now at least, holding off Irish Liquid. Crooked Woody has made a pit stop as well, comes in, comes out, same strategy there as his teammate, but he's switched. So the same pit stop lap, but he's switched now onto the a fresh set of soft tyres as Woody, so committing to a 2-stopper here. There you can see Palmer on the overpass there on the track. That is named after the Palmer Motorsport Group, owned by Jolyon Palmer's father, Jonathan Palmer, ex-F1 driver himself. Has a lot of racetrack interests and championships. He runs the GB1, GB2 and GB3, similar to F2, F3 race car championships here in the UK. Very popular race platform, inexpensive. Hervas not having everything going his own way. He won't thank me for having spotted that moment on screen. You can see that Rysbach is, in fact, now, what is he? 12 seconds away from Hervas after just 7 laps and fading here on the medium tyres. Still unable, really. We'll see what Roscoe can do on the brand new soft tyres. There we go, all the way around the outside, Roscoe. Don't put 2 wheels on the grass to try and make that move stick. Trying to see if Rysbach is going to blink on the entry, but Rysbach is a wily old performer. He does like to defend hard and fair, and he's very, very accomplished at defensive moves. Is Rysbach. As we ride the curb on the exit there, you'll see touring car drivers going completely 4 wheels off the racetrack across that and get away with it, but not so here in Gran Turismo, especially not in our Formula single seaters. And that is a bit of Larry moments there from Roscoe, trying to find one side of the track that might be open to him. Rysbach defends to the middle. Roscoe could have gone fully down the inside, but elected not to. And you can see Rysbach driving defensively here, trying to not give the inside up. Roscoe off, and that, I think, is the effect of being unsighted to the corner and the exit. Let's see if he actually ended up making contact in the end. I think this camera angle will show it. As he turns in, then he can't see the curb on the exit. No, it wasn't contact from this. And way off we go for Roscoe. That is a little bit of damage. It shouldn't be too enormous, but it's some damage. You'll definitely be feeling that if he was racing LMU like I was earlier in the week. You actually feel that damage as a vibration through the Logitech RS50 True Force and other wheels. It's absolutely incredible when you get that effect. You don't tend to feel the damage on GT7 as much. Lord Sosa's in 4th now. That's Roscoe in 3rd. Hervas has been in and back out again, of course, come out now on the medium tyres here on lap 9. So dividing the race neatly just about into, I would say, 3. Looks like he's likely to go for a longer medium stint here, and then a set of softs at the end. Rysbach now gets to try out his defensive moves on the race and championship leader. This is going to be interesting for Rysbach, still on the medium tyres himself here. So Hervas won't have a tyre grip advantage as great as Roscoe, but he of course has a pace advantage to handfuls of pace advantage in the 29 here. Hervas, as he comes through, we're waiting to see where Rysbach currently is. They're not on the same team, they just share a similar colour palette at the moment, don't they? There is PDOS then as he comes through. Hervas chasing down Rysbach. He is the net leader of the race. He has got his hazard lights on at the moment, which you usually put on during your pit stop. Trying to do the old cutback, outside to inside on the low side. That is a shorter distance to turn 1, but an earlier braking zone for that turn 1 as we head down into Paddock Hill. Hervas then into the lead of the race, and nothing that Rysbach was able to do to stop that move. You might come back at him here down into turn number 3. Turn number 2 officially. That's Druids corner. As you see, that was a change for the actual lead, if not the relative lead. Rysbach still has not made his pit stop. We'll probably see him in around about lap 11 or 12 in my estimations. We've got Roscoe then, the Saltaire Scottish flag, both on the front wing and of course on the helmet. That is similar to Dario Franchitti and David Coulthard helmet designs. They feature the Scottish flag prominently. Lord Sosa's in 4th. Bugis Bandy is just ahead of Crooked Woody for 5th and 6th positions. Woody struggling slightly there on his second set of soft tyres. He's going to have a slow and uncomfortable run at the end of the race, I would imagine, on the mediums. You have to change dry tyre compound here in SBR, of course. And there is Irish Liquid in P7. Got a good battle pack formulating now. Different strategies, brand new mediums for Irish Liquid. Boogish Bandy on newish mediums, and Crooked Woody on about half worn out soft tyres at this stage, especially that critical tyre, the front left. Hervas leads, Rysbach second, Roscoe in P3. We're waiting on Rysbach's pit stops, however. Pit stop first, pit stop, and maybe only pit stop by the look of things. We will see. And we'll catch up with the rest of the races as we see them go through Paddock Hill. Beautifully rendered racetrack here. Never been myself. It's about as far away from where I live in the UK as it's possible to find a racetrack. Is Brands Hatch, so it's not one I've ever actually been to or commentated at. But I've watched a great many races at this wonderful track over the years. Justin in P8, Jazzy Beats in 9th, Verti in 10th, and Callum in 11th, but only 1.5 seconds away from Verti, who is a regular driver with us here. Callum, of course, has the distinct disadvantage over the rest of the field of having Brum as a brother. So obviously that is a grave concern for him, and something that must affect his pace to the negative. I jest, we all love Brum, of course. He's not here to support his brother, though, I must say, and it's not even his race day today, Brum. Many of you wanted to get Brum into the comms box with me again. I'm more than happy, but I haven't seen him for some time. There goes Crooked Woody in P6. Rysbach is in 3rd position now, having gone into the pit lane. Let's see if Lord Sousa can clear Rysbach or not. I would suspect probably not. Let's join him on the nose as we come through. Might see a Rysbach emerging from the pit lane. It's behind, actually. It is behind. And there is Rysbach coming down Paddock Hill Bend. Coming around through into Druids now. Rysbach soft tyres for the first time of asking today. Might be a medium soft, might be a medium soft medium for him. How far behind 7th is Justin is the question. 12.3 seconds, Zachary. And thank you for your question. Appreciate it. You can follow the action on our engineer website. We do have a yellow flag on the circuit. I can't quite see who that is for. But we'll perhaps try and have a look, see who that was affecting. It was Woody. Unfortunately, Woody off in the background there, and that is a few places lost, sadly for him. But yes, you can go ahead via the website and view our engineer app, and you can follow all the timing screens. You can even put up drivers' Twitch feeds as they appear on our system as well. So yeah, do head over there. I forgot to put the engineer link for today's race. It should be the only rookie race that's actually going on at the moment, but you can give me insights as a result. I can't run both. It says failed to load races on the website. Well, thanks for giving it a go and the feedback. I can't necessarily check right now, but maybe one of our other viewers who is embedded in the SVR League will be able to pop a working link to this particular race monitoring. There was a little bit of chatter in the lobby at the start of the race, so maybe that Hector hasn't been able to be functionable today, or we don't have enough people in. There is Rysbach trying to nibble away at the 3rd place of Lord Sousa. We saw him come out of the pits behind Sousa. Rysbach on those soft tyres now, of course, having to deploy some of those attacking skills. He was all defence earlier on, wasn't he? And a big hello to Sailor, who says afternoon to us all and the pit crew. Yeah, afternoon to you, Sailor. Good to have you. I'm not sure I've seen you before, or at least this account. So very good to see newcomers and new audience members. If you're here for a specific driver and you're cheering them on and you haven't already told me so, then let us know who you're supporting today. I always want to know who our drivers are able to bring to the race broadcasts. Oh, Rysbach once again. That's Dirty Air on the front wing. Understeer to the outside of Sheen Curve, and then kicking out some dirt. Understeer to the right, to the left-hander of Sterling's as well. Rysbach with a hairy moment there for him. He's now 16 seconds off the lead of the race. He could really do, though, with another podium and getting ahead here of Lord Sozo. That's absolutely his main plan today. Lord Sozo though in P3, half distance of our race so far. Rizback trying the inside there, but there was already an orange coloured car directly in his path. So didn't look like there was a gap there, but I will definitely want to recheck that on a replay. Is this a lobby in GT7? Yes, Sailor, it is. It is the World Championship, the VR Sim Racing World Championship, hosted through the GT7 lobby system. Absolutely. Yeah. If you do have the VR system and you want to get involved, there should be a link to the Discord found within this description today, or possibly via the channel. And you want to get involved as a reserve this season, or get practicing and get involved in the community for next season, then absolutely do that. This is the rookie division. We have 5 racing divisions per season at the moment. I have the honour of commentating all 5 of them through the course of a 2-week cycle. Jazzy Beats in 9th there, Verti in 10th. Callum has lost a bit of time, another pit stop and some damage. I think he's been off. That does look like the first damage that he got there. He's about to be lapped from Hervas, in fact, on lap 15 of the 28. Roscoe in 2nd position, 10.9 seconds away from Hervas. Pretty sure the only person who can beat Hervas today is Hervas, and a loss of focus or a crash, or possibly, you know, a blue flag situation. You might make an error, misjudge what a driver in front of him is going to do. Rizback has got by Lord Soza. I think he may have missed that overtake, unfortunately. Yeah, sadly. Rizback, my apologies to my friend there, Rizback. Missing his overtake. He won't forgive me, I'm sure. Irish Liquid out on the grasscrete on the outside there. You've got Boogish Bandy in P6. Justin is 20.2 seconds away from Boogish Bandy at the moment in 7th position. Crooked Woody, I think, may have had to pit unscheduled pit stop there. Looks like he should be able to get home from here. 13 laps he's going to ask of those medium tyres. A minute down on the leader though. Jazzy Beats in 9th, Verti in 10th, and Callum in 11th position. But I want to just check out the ever-revolving livery of Roscoe, and you need to shout out for me. I'm running out of Scottish references. He's got a heel and coup on the lime on the front wheel. He's got Glenfiddich on the bodywork there. He's got Iron Brew. These are new additions. The Scottish football team registered. Green Goblin there on the front. But if there is something else Scottish, Stagecoach, the bus company, but they're not exclusively Scottish. William Wallace and Sean Connery as well. If there's something else Scotland-based you've seen in the sticker box, then you need to tell Roscoe, because he is on a mission right now to get every bit of Scotland. Tunnocks are on there. Did you see, Laura? Tunnocks wafers are right there. Tunnocks caramel wafers just to the right of the heel and coup. It's perfect. David Tennant is a shout. So David Tennant, we will accept Doctor Who, but David Tennant is a good shout as well. There's nothing more Scottish, is there? Obviously. And there is only one actor in Scotland working today, clearly. Rizback in P3, Irish Liquid in 4th. There is Lord Soza versus Irish Liquid. Irish Liquid going around the outside of the Surtees Bend, down the long straightaway, longest straightaway here, such as it is. Hawthorns Hill, we climb the 666, Irish Liquid, 4th position through Hawthorns Bend and heading up towards Westfield we go. Nicely done from him. Pride Mars Bar. that's an obscure shout there, Laura. Absolutely. We need Nessie. What about Nessie? Surely we can get hold of a sticker of Nessie, a Loch Ness monster for those unfamiliar, and some bagpipes. Why didn't I think of bagpipes? He's got a thistle on there as well, but that's been there a hot minute. So bagpipes and Nessie are going to be my wish list from now on. Anyway, we've got our famous whiskey as well. Rocking the Max Verstappen helmet, Bugris Bandy, our Hungarian racer. One of 2 we have enjoyed through the history of SVR racing here. A kilt, yes. We've got some tartan on the bottom edge of the car, but yeah, a kilt or a sporran. But yes, bagpipes, the sporran. Come on, Roscoe, I'm not quite sure what you're playing at. Still letting the Scottish side down here. Maybe some reference to the Scottish rugby team as well. Picture Murrayfield or something like that. Jazzy Beats heading on into the corner there. Oh, you must get the VR out again, so do persist with it. As long as you're not actually, you don't get vertigo or motion sickness with it. And even then, I have heard of people who are able to train themselves out of it. But get back on it, get into the league, and enjoy. We do race. I host a lobby on a Wednesday most weeks. I'm not sure about this week. It might be a bit warm this week, but certainly in 2 weeks' time we will. And there's racing throughout the week, including some social racing and challenges and things, and there will be through the off season as well, where you can introduce yourself in a less formal way than a full-on championship race. Roscoe in second, Risbach in third, just been into the pit lane for 10 laps remaining of our race. Hervas continues to lead. We've got Risbach in third position, having reclaimed that earlier on. But Irish Liquid is on the older medium tyres. He will then need to make a pit stop. So it looks like Risbach is pretty well settled. 4.3 seconds in front, 2.4 plus a pit stop to Irish Liquid and to Lord Souza into Druids. What a fantastic view that is of Druids Corner here at Brands Hatch. Boogers Bandy in P6. Did host a Formula 1 World Championship race, of course, Brands Hatch, way back in the 1980s, 70s, definitely the 70s. Cookie Woody in 7th, Jazzy Beats, I think they hosted the British Grand Prix, whereas Donington only ever hosted the European Grand Prix. So Donington, a place I do know better than Brands Hatch, I have to say. Jazzy Beats in 8th, Verti in 9th. There's Justin closing in on Verti right now on the new tyres. Verti is on very old medium tyres, definitely in need of a change, but still Justin is trying to bring his tyres up to working temperature. We'll join Justin on his nose. Maybe this one is a slightly better view of life as we come through the Surtees corner. Very few left-handers at this racetrack, and 2 of them begin with S. So I do get them confused occasionally. Through Hawthorns we go. Still in 5th gear. Not getting a lot of torque out of that turn. I think we will get a bit more poke out of the engine, Cosworth engine, on the way through once the fuel burns off. Still climbing slightly there as we head through Sheen Curve and then pitch downhill in towards Stirling's. Nice little bit of banking. Try and hook the car in, and you can get on the power really early. Try and stay on the black stuff if you can, underneath the Advan boarding, and then a nice early apex is what you want here through Clark Corner. Then you're trying to get on that power, and you just asked a little shade too much out of the rear tyres there. Of course, all of these cars are mid-engine rear-wheel drive Formula cars, so very light on the front, nice and planted on the rear. And the 619 I've just noticed. I wonder if he's a Rey Mysterio fan just in there. Is race number 619. Callum in P11, getting the blue flags for our Scottish ace Roscoe as we come through. Callum in 11th place. Roscoe coming through to make an overtake here. Callum's car looking beautiful in the late afternoon sunshine. It won't look quite as good out on the gravel. My apologies, it's probably my fault, Callum, on his way through there. But Hervas continues to lead then still by a clear 20 seconds here after 20 laps. He's also got the lead of the championship by 20 points. Quite a happenstance of the number 20 today for Hervas, closing his way towards the championship title here on his, what is his second season of racing with us, as it is for Risbach, Irish Liquid, Jazzy Beats among others in this league. In this division, I should say. Roscoe in P2. I think the car looks extra fast with those new stickers. There's a little bit of room on the front of the nose and the wheel arches there for some more stickers, so we certainly haven't run out. I think a good Nessie would look great on a wheel arch. Here we are, actively designing Roscoe's livery on the fly. Through the shadow and the sunshine of the tall trees around this woodland circuit, Risbach comes through in his beautiful Hector Motorsports liveried Adrian Newey designed Red Bull Junior car. An aggressive message on the rear wing end plate there toward the scourge of our time, cancer. which we all approve of. Rysbach there in P3. Comes through just 9/10 of a second away from his fastest outright lap. Hervas's teammate Irish Liquid in 4th, representing a very good payday for the Obsidian Team Black drivers. Boogish Bandy in the Schmidt Kitchens and Bathrooms sponsored Azul Racing Team aligned car. This is a sponsor, I believe, that Oscar brought to the league, but Oscar missing for today's action. I don't know if he's planning to reserve up today, but we wouldn't want him to have lost his chance at the title by reserving, so maybe out on holiday. Haven't had information from his uncle, who is season 1 champion of S1, Tequila Monkey, about Oscar's whereabouts this time. It's been a very quiet period in the Discord this summer break. Now we have Lord Souza as he comes through. A couple of flags on the car that aren't USA. We've got a Canadian flag there, and I think that's a Venezuelan flag on the opposite side of the car. Crooked Woody. We were speculating last time out what the helmet design was for Crooked Woody. He told me it is a blonde quiff. I thought it was a slug, but it's actually a quiff a la Donald Trump. It is not in support of Trump, I do believe, either. I think it is mocking Trump with the Ukrainian flag on the front wing there as well from Crooked Woody. Jazzy Beats in 8th. We've got Justin in the beautiful Hector Motorsports colour change purple and black liveried entry. Justin in P9. Verti's in 10th place. Scratched up rear wing end plate on Verti's car. Callum off in the dirt. I did say this track is a very unpleasant one to try and get to grips with a reserve car. He tries to hold firm there as he gets lapped. I think that was possibly Rysbach coming through. No, it's Rysbach's teammate, in fact, putting a lap onto Callum. And you can see Callum just struggling his way around. No damage on the car at the moment, but may have just got off with cold, soft tyres. 7 laps to go, plus the one certainly that Callum is on at the moment, although it may only be 6 plus this one for him with the lap down. Into the pit lane comes Hervas then with 6 to go. Has gone very very close to the canvas on his front left tyre. Here is pit stop in action. The carbon fibre bodywork there glinting in the sun. Oh man, it's such an uncomfortable exit of the pit lane, really bumpy. It's straight into the heart of the action. Through Paddock Hill we go. You can actually turn right down at the halfway point of this straightaway down here onto what is a rally cross circuit IRL. It's not in the game, unlike the Barcelona and Yas Marina rallycross circuits. You can't actually get onto it, but you can have a pretty cool rallycross event here at Brands Hatch. Again, seen a couple of races like that. Hervas leads the race at the moment by 7 seconds plus a pit stop to Roscoe, who's almost run through his second set of tyres here on the softs. Tyres just shaking their head at him a little bit. Time to go in, I think. I think we're well in the range of the soft tyre reaching the end of the race now. You certainly don't want to take any chances. Holding on to second position. Rysbach has been off today, but he's still in 3rd position. That's a hell of a performance from our Frenchman. As Rysbach hasn't put any French items on his car, so we can try and encourage that if you wish, and try and find a French sticker that isn't too xenophobic or racist. Bannon cheering on Rysbach, that's what we like to see. Teammates here, Private First Class Bannon, of course. Irish Liquid in the 666. Lord Souza is a long way back, so that looks like it was probably Callum then, or Verti. That's actually, well, there is Souza in 5th. Roscoe's gone into the pit lane then with 10 litres of fuel remaining. Got Team Orange, Lord Souza. I love the orange slice on the front wheels for the Team Orange car. And then we've got a 4-leaf clover on Crooked Woody's. It hasn't given him a great deal of luck today, Woody. He's been off. Doesn't have any damage on the car right now. He's right there and coming through in towards Sterling's corner. Sterling Moss, of course, some say the greatest driver to never win a World Championship in Formula 1. Gave up a couple of opportunities for his teammates, including Fangio, to secure their titles. Pretty Woody in P6, he comes through. Jazzy Beats next in 7th. It's got Bruges Bandy, fresh out of the pits here. Just a reminder, Hervas leads ahead of Risbach and Roscoe as they come through. There is the Azul Racing Team logo, but in the colours of Schmidt Kitchens and Bathrooms. Round to the outside, great little switchback there from Bruges Bandy. That is partly the advantage of the tyres, but he wouldn't have had quite such a clear run had Jazzy Beats not understeered. You can see why though on the old hard tyres. Hervas is fighting a lap car, says Vader. Shall we go see? Here he is. Hervas, it's not Callum this time. And it must be, I think, Verti there. But there are blue flags. But it is a narrow racetrack, and if the blue flag drivers were under endurance racing rules, then they would have to stay on the racing line, but they're not. They're in our racing rules, which dictates that after 3 blue flags, the driver must yield where available. So in an ideal world, he would peel across to the inside here, lift, and allow Hervas to take his normal racing line. He does not do that, however. Some drivers are just so hyper-focused on their performance or hanging on to their tyres that they're not looking up at those blue flags, but you can see them plain as day for everybody here, and we're actually catching someone else. So we've got a situation here potentially where the lap's run up, it's been a full lap, says Vader. Well, I feel for Hervas. I've been in these shoes, remember last year, so I absolutely get it. But the one advantage Hervas has here that I didn't at the time was he's not being chased down by the eventual champion. Another blue flag then for this driver. I want to see who it actually is. It's Verti, as I suspected, not giving way to faster cars, as the on-screen instruction instructs him to. So I think he's trying to get some PSV Racing screen time from the team sponsor. I do like the new addition of the white chase lines on the new livery. Thump says flag wave is going to break his wrist. Yep. This is true, but Verti is on relatively new mediums, but he doesn't have anywhere near the underlying pace of the likes of Hervas here. So sometimes you'll allow a driver to do this when they put on fresh tyres, going for fastest lap, or they're just generally out of position. But this is not, I would say, that situation. The gap to Roscoe is still a very, very safe 20 seconds, which probably explains why Hervas is not getting super aggressive. I haven't seen the lights flash just yet, or any aggressive weaving or dive bombs, but he's taking it very, very steadily here. Do we get the chance here? Justin gave way for blue flag and got past, says Dirty Digital. Indeed. So there is Justin. Here is Verti, 24 seconds further up the road. But this is just going to hurt Verti's race as well, and put him himself at risk of being pushed off accidentally by Hervas. The last thing Hervas wants is any kind of contact. That's why he's not diving down the inside here. There was a chance, there was definitely a gap, and there you go. Okay, well, Hervas's patience has been rewarded. Verti goes spinning off, probably keeping an eye on his mirrors there for a moment, and Verti, little spin off onto the grass, and, well, I would say race control are likely to have words. He's creased the back of his car as well, so there he goes. Pascal P9 on a blue flag, says Dirty Digital. Well, I wouldn't always trust my luck to karma, but there was a slightly karmic moment there. How we go. So Jazzy Beats in P8. I would imagine the stewards will have a word. Whether that will constitute a penalty or whether a penalty would even make a difference to anybody's race is questionable in this situation, but better that the stewards maybe have a word or two. I would imagine Hervas will be there pretty quickly in the incident reporting. It's lap 27 of the 28, and it's Hervas, 20.3 seconds still in the lead, 20 points in the lead in the championship, on for win number 5 out of the 9 rounds total on the cards as we go in for the final racing lap of today's racing. Suddenly he's down in the 1:23s, Hervas. I wonder what kind of a lap he can get out of this one. Looks like he's got a clear track-ish in front of him, so we'll see if he can get the outright fastest lap with the minimum fuel on board. Might be too late in the run of his soft tyres, The ultimate fastest lap so far, a 1 minute 22.452 for that very driver as we come towards the end of this fantastic ninth round of the rookie division of the Sim Racing World Championship for VR drivers in 2026. It's the final racing lap then, and Hervas, let's see if we get an update on his time. I don't think he's going to be able to rescue 0.8 of a second on this lap with those tyres. But Bannon said being blue blocked actually improved his lap. The 123, well, maybe. I think that was in the act of passing. He certainly had 2/3 of a lap, if not 3/4 of a lap, not behind the blue flag for that 23rd lap. So it was good. Pole fastest lap in the win coming. Clean sweep, grande épreuve for Hervas as he heads into Clark Corner for the final time then. Hervas has been absolutely on top. He's done the most work in the break, or he had the least work to do in the break possibly. As he crosses the line then to a finish, Hervas wins in Brands Hatch. Roscoe is just coming down the final straightaway out of Stirling's then as we head through down into Clark Curve, home of a great Scottish racer named after there. Here comes another great Scottish racer. It's Roscoe for P2 in the ninth round of our 2026 racing season. And Risbach will come home a popular and hard-earned third position once again on the podium for Risbach. Irish Liquid about to cross the line. Here's the next one for fourth. Here we go, through Clark Turn we go. The 666 of Irish Liquid. Good payday, first and fourth for the team. Irish Liquid home in fourth place, and Michelangelo's inspired Lord Souza for Team Orange will come home for some valuable points for the team. In fifth place, great performance, Crooked Woody for a good one for his team. Second and sixth for Team Green today as Crooked Woody comes through. It hasn't been easy, but Crooked Woody to the flag there in sixth. Bugrish Bandy will be home in seventh, and it looks like we're going to have Jazzy Beats in eighth. 30, Justin, Callum have already finished the race. Callum 37 seconds from Justin as things finish. But today, as for previous rounds of the championship, is all about Hervas and a dominant performance. A Grand Slam, every prize possible. A 1:22.452, the fastest lap as well. Congratulations to him once again, to Hervas and his team leader, Vader, watching on instead of preparing for his own race, which is coming up very soon in 30 minutes time, 32 minutes just about, if you're watching with us live. Hervas home in first, Roscoe in second, Risbach in third, followed by Irish Liquid, Lord Souza, Crooked Woody, Bugrish Bandy and Jazzy Beats. I don't know we've had that many incidents that would be likely to change the outcome. Verti in ninth possibly, but finishing a decent chunk ahead of Justin and Callum there. And Vader is engineering. Nice one. Okay, thanks Vader. But obviously you don't need the practice for your main race. Anyway, we would rather you didn't practice, Vader. Fantastic performances, especially the podium. Hervas, Roscoe, Risbach. I really appreciate you all. Thank you very much for watching. I will get the next stream up as soon as I possibly can. We've actually finished quite early today for this one, so the stream will be up as soon as possible. But from me, Webbo, from us here at SVR Racing, thank you so much for watching. We will catch you on the next race day.